Hey guys, a lot of guys will ask me, how do we go from best player to worst player on the team in such a short period of time? Just a couple years ago, we were the best player, and now we're one of the worst players on the team. So we're going to talk about that today and kind of get into it. I'm Coach Jay. I'm a mental performance coach. I live down in Ponte Vedra, Florida. Work with athletes all over the country, high school athletes that are going to go play in college, as well as college athletes that are trying to start and play better. So, what happens a lot of times is some kids they'll mature early, and sixth, seventh grade, they're the best player on the team, and they're just more aggressive. They tend to have more athletic instincts, and they just play better. And at that time, some of the other kids that are on the team, they don't really know what they're doing. They're just not that good at the time. They haven't been trained, and so sometimes if you have older brothers, sometimes if you're playing sports early on, you might have an advantage on some of these kids. But as time goes on, as you start moving closer toward high school, some of that stuff will level out. And unless your athlete continues to get training, unless your athlete continues to work out, work hard, get better, bigger, stronger, faster, they many times will get left behind. And so, just because they were the best player on the team in elementary school is no indication that they're going to be great in high school. And some parents, they still live on that sixth and seventh grade mentality of he was the best player on the team, and they're still talking about it like their kid, who's now a 10th grader and 11th grader sitting on the bench, is still the best player on the team. And the reality is that in today's competitive world, you have so many trainers, you have so many facilities, dbats, rapid sports, all these different places where young athletes can get training, they get mechanical work, and they get pushed by people who have played the sport and are good at it. And so sometimes those kids will get an advantage. And if your child is not continually working on getting better, um, they can get pushed down. And a lot of times, what happens is for some kids, they'll play too many sports. So they're playing soccer, football, basketball, and baseball, and they just you can't be good at four sports. So you kind of got to narrow it down to a fall sport and a spring sport, and then one of those sports, if you want to be really good, becomes a summer sport, a travel team. And so, that's kind of where you got to go. But as a general rule, you just gotta. It comes down to who works harder, who wants to play at a higher level, who's mature, who can execute under pressure, and really that's what it comes down to. So anyway, I hope this helps. I'm Coach Jay. I'm listed. You can check me out on Google. I'm listed on Psychology Today as Coach Jay. I'm also on X at College Scout FB, and you can find my webpage sportsintervention.com. God bless.